Assalamu alaikum, hi everyone. I hope this video finds you in a great shape. Today we're going to be talking about a new grammar point, which is conditional type 2. The main objective in this video is to teach you about how and when to use conditional type 2 sentences. Previously, a few weeks ago, you have studied about conditional sentences, and exactly conditional type 0 and conditional type 1. And we have agreed that conditional sentences are sentences that state a condition and the result of that condition. An example for conditional type 0 would be: what happens if you touch the fire? If you touch the fire, you get burned. You get burned if you touch the fire. So this is an example we have seen before. It's a general truth. That's why we use both simple present in both parts of the sentence. Another example for conditional type 1. This is a glass. What happens if I drop the glass? There is a possibility the glass will break. But of course, there is a possibility it will not break. So we use conditional type 1 for future possibilities, or possibilities in the future, or also in the present time. An example: if I drop the glass, it will break. It will break. So you notice there are two parts within a conditional sentence. This is exactly what we're going to see with conditional type 2 as well. So these are sentences, two examples, okay, of conditional type 2 sentences. Let's look at the first example. It says, if I were rich, I would travel the world. If I were rich, I would travel the world. So in terms of the form, you can see that, again, the sentence includes two main parts. Okay, the first part here with the F word is called the F clause. It usually contains the condition. And then what happens as a result of this condition? So this is called in grammar the main clause, or the main part. Okay? It usually contains the result. So same thing for example number 2. So again, if Messi and Ronaldo played for Morocco, the F part, which contains the condition. And then, what happens if Messi and Ronaldo played for Morocco? We would win the World Cup. So this is the result of the condition. Now, let's look at the two examples in terms of meaning, so we could discover the use of conditional type 2. Let's look at the first example. If I were rich, I would travel the world. So what you might understand within this statement is that I am not rich. So in reality, I'm not rich. In fact, I am poor. I'm not rich. I don't have that much money or that amount of money so I could travel to different parts of the world. This is the reality, which means I am just imagining. So the situation is imaginary. So we use conditional type 2 for imaginary situations. If I were rich, I will travel the world. But reality says I'm not rich, so I can't travel the world. Let's look at the same example. If Messi and Ronaldo played for Morocco, we would win the World Cup. So, I'd like you to have a look at this picture. I think the picture is not that clear, but I will describe the picture. For you, it contains Messi and Ronaldo. Messi, Ronaldo, part of the Moroccan football team. They are playing for the Moroccan football team. Okay? Is that something possible? The answer is no. It's, on the contrary, impossible. This is something imaginary. It's impossible to happen. You will never see Ronaldo and Messi playing with Morocco. So, we're imagining what would happen if Messi and Ronaldo played for Morocco. A result could be we would win the World Cup. We would win the World Cup if Messi and Ronaldo played for Morocco. So this is an imaginary situation, but we could also deal with it as a situation that is impossible to happen. It's not real, it's an unreal situation, it's something impossible. So generally, we use conditional type 2 to talk about imaginary, impossible situations in the present, now. Okay, remember, the time is now. Now I'm not rich. I cannot travel the world. Great. So, in terms of the form, now, we're going to focus now on the structure. We've discovered when we use conditional type 2. Okay. Now we're going to have to see how do we use this structure or this form. Let's go back to our first example. So the first part, which is the condition, by the way, in conditional sentence, just like we have seen for conditional type 0 and 1, okay, we could start with any of the two parts. I mean, we can say either, if I were rich, I would travel the world, or I would travel the world if I were rich. Great. So the structure of conditional type 2 again. So you could see here, separated between the two parts, I mean the F clause of having starting usually with the F plus the subject. And then, the most important thing we need to pay attention to, which is the verb form. The verb form that goes with the F, okay? Within conditional type 2, it's the simple past. Simple past tense. And then you might ask, why did we use the form were and not was, since the subject is I? I agree that it's a rule that we use was for I, he, she, and it. But remember, an exception. It is an exception for conditional sentences and wishes, present wishes. You remember last time's video? Present wishes and conditional sentences. All pronouns are used with were, all of them. So I, he, she, and it were and not was. Okay? So, and then let's have a look at the second part now. So the second part has got start with the subject followed by modal verb would plus the verb form, which is the infinitive. So you all know, as we have seen within modal verbs lesson, that modal verbs are followed by the infinitive or the bare infinitive. That means infinitive without to. So would plus infinitive form. That is the structure we use for conditional type 2 sentences. F, subject, simple past. So with the F, clause, we use the simple past. Why? The result clause, the verb form is is in the infinitive after would. So subject, would plus bare infinitive. Alright, so this is everything you have to remember about conditional type 2 sentences. We use conditional type 2 for imaginary, unreal, impossible situations in the present. If I were rich, I would live on an island. If I were rich, I would buy an airplane. If I were rich, I would buy a Ferrari car. You see? So these are all imaginary situations because right now, at the moment, I am not rich and I don't have that amount of money to live on my own island or to have an airplane. They're only imaginary situations. So I hope you have gained now a full understanding again of the concept of conditional type 2. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Stay tuned. See you later.